Box to Box NBA Preview, hosted by Ndegz.
Getting excited! Welcome to my NBA Preview. And the team that is in 7th place is one that is about to light the beam. The Sacramento Kings are in 7th place in my rankings. 22-23 season, finished with a 48-34 record, third in the West. The regular season was amazing. I would definitely give them an A. Like they just came out of nowhere. We knew De'Aaron Fox was a beast, but like the team as a whole, they just got a style of play that really suited. One thing that impressed me about this team is that their coach Mike Brown, he recently got to 400 wins, and if you guys haven't seen what they did for him, it's actually quite funny. He's known to be a defensive mind, right? He was an assistant coach with the Warriors when they won the last title, which was against the Celtics. He's known as a defensive mind, but then he wasn't stubborn enough to be like, okay, I'm just gonna like cram defense into your heads. Yet I have very good offensive players. Let's embrace the randomness to our offense, but which created a very unique style of play. And that unique style of play meant that they actually set the highest offensive rating ever, 119.4 ever in the history of the NBA, highest ever rating, right? That pick and roll with Domantas Sabonis, baby Sabonis, kid to Sabonis Senior, who used to be in the NBA in the 90s, and De'Aaron Fox on the the right nail. Like once he gets there, like once they run a horns play and they just pop the ball to him, De'Aaron Fox just starts running. That's when you realize how quick this team is. And then they're shooting all over the place with Kevin Huerter, with who else? Harrison Barnes can nail a 3 if he needs to. Keegan Murray can nail a 3 if he needs to. Like they have a lot of shooting. They have a lot of, and Sabonis has size as well. Someone who's has a very soft touch, a good rebounder. Like they just worked so well together. This team, the top two of Sabonis and Fox was complemented with shooting. As I said earlier, Kevin Huerter, Malik Monk, and Keegan Murray. They were the best offense in the league, obviously. Again, as I said, net rating of 119.4, best we've ever seen. They were the best team in the league offensively. Sabonis led the team in assists and rebounds, and also only trailed Jokic in triple doubles in the entire league. De'Aaron Fox was the first ever Jerry West Clutch Player of the Year winner, which an award that was introduced last year as well. And yeah, when they got to the playoffs, they unfortunately lost to the Warriors in Game 7 of the first round of the playoffs. They just ran into Steph and those boys, and those guys know how to win, you know. Now that's the next step in the evolution of this team. The Kings. I love this team. Another League Pass special. In terms of roster moves, this is who they got. Sasha Vezenkov, Chris Duarte, JaVale McGee, Jalen Noel. Then they drafted Colby Jones. Of course, Harrison Barnes was extended. 3 years, 54 mil. Trey Lyles was extended as well. 2 years, 16 mil. And then Domantas Sabonis signed a 5-year, 217 mil contract. Wild. Got the bag. Alex Len, 1 year, 3.196 million. In terms of players, they lost Richaun Holmes, Chimuzi Metu, Terrence Davis, and Matthew Dellavedova. So these are players who are not as key to their rotation, so they haven't really lost their core team. Then players that they drafted Colby Jones with the 34th pick. This was the pick they got from the Celtics. Obviously, a versatile forward. And Jalen Slawson with the 54th pick, a playmaking forward who can more or less do a bit of everything, but someone who I don't expect to see too much of this season. Expiring contracts, Malik Monk is the big one, 9.9 million. And then Alex Len, JaVale McGee, and Kessler Edwards as well on a team option. In terms of rotation, this is how the team looks like. Point guard De'Aaron Fox, shooting guard Kevin Huerter. That name is just so weird to pronounce. Small forward, Harrison Barnes. Power forward, Keegan Murray. Then center, Domantas Sabonis. Devion Mitchell, Malik Monk, Chris Duarte, some of the players off the bench. Trey Lyles, Jalen Noel. Then JaVale McGee. Keon Ellis, Alex Len, Kessler Edwards, and Skal Labissiere. My one big question for this team is, can they get production, consistent production in terms of shooting from Keegan Murray? Because I feel like at this point we know what De'Aaron Fox is about. At this point we know what Domantas Sabonis is about. Harrison Barnes is someone who has also won the title with the Warriors, their first title in 2015, I think, when he was the starting small forward for that team. Keegan Murray is the key, because if you can consistently shoot, even you can get to like a 40% mark shooting threes and can also consistently give them the offense, then it opens up now a lot more, right? It gives the floor spacing becomes different, because now you can't leave him open at any second, right? So for me, I feel like Keegan Murray is the next step in the evolution for this team. Then naturally, they just need to become more efficient scoring wise. I know they're the best scoring offense. The other thing that this team does so well is that they have they get into their offense, like they're one of the quickest teams to get into their offense, right? By that I don't mean fast breaks necessarily, but the moment you guys score a basket, they can be getting an open three within 6 seconds. Like, that's how quick they move. They get into their offense very quickly. People sprint to their spots. Like, once they cross the halfway line, Keegan Murray is sprinting. Kevin Outer sprinting to their spots, and they're getting shots as quickly as possible. And it's just giving teams they just put so much pressure on teams, right? So you really have to have a team that can move. They don't have to have the most amazing defense ever, simply because their offense can actually create a lot more havoc and make the other team struggle a lot. Put so much pressure on your defense, right? That such that you guys, just when it comes to offense, you're just tired, you know. So that's my one big question for the Kings. Can Keegan Murray unlock another level in terms of his scoring, in terms of his efficiency from the 3-point line? 24-second prediction. Shot clock. The Sacramento Kings, for me, are going to finish 5th in the West. I believe they will easily get to 50 wins. I also think that the West, we're going to have more teams get... not more teams. The East will still have more teams with 50-plus wins, but the teams that get 50-plus wins in the West are going to be... The Kings are going to be one of them. Definitely going to make the playoffs. I believe they're going to get past the first round, because not many teams can keep up with this team defensively. Once they get to the Lakers, the Nuggets, that's where things start hitting the fan, right? And that's why I don't see them getting to the conference finals yet. But they can get to the second round, and that is my prediction for the Kings. 5th place in the West, and possibly a second round berth in the playoffs. And that is my prediction for the team that lights the beam. Next up is a team from the West again. And this team, hint, has 3 Hall of Famers in it. See you soon.
Ready for the ultimate slam dunk of content? Don't miss out on any of our NBA previews. Hit subscribe and be the MVP of your basketball knowledge game.